is the 21st of August 2012. Welcome to Capital FM Online TV News. In the headlines, showdown looms as government rules out teachers' pay rise. No one is above the law, AG Muigai tells executive. While leaders united in grief for Ethiopian Prime Minister Zenawi. And CID chief faults police reforms as cosmetic. Hello and welcome, I'm Kasim Hassan Ali. Teachers and the government are headed for a major showdown after Finance Minister Njeru Githai ruled out a pay increase for teachers despite their planned strike on September 3rd. The minister is instead urging the teachers to wait until the Salary and Remuneration Commission harmonizes salaries for all civil servants for them to get the pay rise. Although the government has signed an agreement with the teachers union NAT in 1997, Githai says the government is not able to meet its part of bargain until the Remuneration Commission finalizes its work. On Sunday, NAT announced that it will mobilize a national strike for the teachers beginning September 3rd to pressurize the government to honor its pledge.
Every time we make a request, is favorably received.
Attorney General Githu Muigai has issued a stern warning to the executive, saying nobody is above the law. Speaking during the Judicial Marches Week earlier on Tuesday, Muigai said the executive is not exempted to decide which court orders it will obey and the ones to ignore. The executive has been on the spotlight in the recent months for the openly disobeying court orders, particularly on the county commissioners' appointments, and vowing to appeal others even when the AG advised against such a move. Chief Justice Willy Mutunga says the week is dedicated to Kenyans to interact with the judicial staff to better understand their work. He says all Kenyans have a right to equal justice and no one should bribe to get justice. Mutunga is also asking Kenyans to actively participate in judicial work to ensure judges and magistrates are held accountable for their work.
Custom and tradition in Kenya and elsewhere have especially muzzled judges and magistrates so that courts of law only speak through their judgments. Yet numerous times the ineloquence of the courts has created an artificial silence, even when it was self-evident that justice was being undermined and truth was being muted.
World leaders are united in grief following the death of Ethiopian Prime Minister Meles Zenawi. British Prime Minister David Cameron has described Zenawi as an inspirational spokesman for Africa on global issues and one who provided leadership and visionary advice. President Mwai Kibaki, Prime Minister Raila Odinga, and South Africa's President Jacob Zuma have also mourned Zenawi, describing him as a true African patriot. In his condolences message, Kibaki says that the late Zenawi was a pragmatic and visionary leader who helped stabilize his country and placed it on the economic growth path, adding that his death is a devastating loss. Raila, on his part, says Zenawi had played a significant role in the African Union, where he helped unite other regional leaders. The Premier says he has worked closely with Zenawi in the last 4 years, particularly on the issues of climate change, food security, and cross-border security in the region. Zenawi, a former rebel fighter who came to power in 1991 after toppling the bloody dictatorship of Mengistu Haile Mariam, died on Monday in hospital abroad. And finally, CID Director Ndegwa Muhoro has poked holes into the proposed police reforms, saying it's not comprehensive to deliver reforms in the proposed policing system. The CID boss says the anticipated reforms only targeted the top brass in the police department, leaving out crucial areas that should be in the priority in efforts to reform the law enforcement agencies. Under the proposed police reforms, President Mwai Kibaki and Prime Minister Raila Odinga are supposed to constitute a panel to appoint an Inspector General of Police before their deputies and a CID director are appointed by yet to be constituted National Police Service Commission. Muhoro, who spoke to journalists during the Judicial Marches Week, has singled out underfunding as one of the major impediments to police reforms in the country. Muhoro is now urging the government to ensure the judiciary, the police, and the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecutions are uniformly funded to enable them deliver justice effectively. With that, we've come to the end of our top stories today. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Kasim Hassan Ali.